hopefully. Like, it doesn't offer enough as a 4 anymore, I don't think.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
5 seconds remaining.
I guess you could still play it there. You know, it's a stun, so like it's just a blink stun, you know, use spells on me kind of hero. But I think if you played it as a 4, everybody would just ignore it.
Dire team
I
ban.
just wouldn't care.
Interesting that Winstrike is sponsored by Toyota, by the way. That's a fairly big name sponsor. In fact, probably the biggest name sponsor in all of Dota for Winstrike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you must have some good connections. It's pretty good. Beastmaster ban.
10 seconds remaining.
Interesting. I guess, can you imagine the skeletons with the Beastmaster auras,
5
though?
seconds remaining.
That'd be scary.
Yeah, that would be kind of terrifying, wouldn't it?
Radiant team ban.
How do you rate Shadow Demon as wave clear?
It's like a C.
Yeah, it's like, well, it could
5
do
out of
it.
10.
Do you want it to do it? Well, not really.
I think you want to use it more aggressively though, and just use it to play. You know, be aggressive around the map. You've got the disruption into
10
if the Doom
seconds
gets like the stomp or the thunderclap or something as well is really nice.
5
The
seconds.
Purge is really
remaining.
good at kiting these melee heroes like the Wraith King. Oh, do you know what I miss? Shadow Demon Morana. They were the days.
Shadow Demon Mirana. What a combination of heroes that was.
It's just such a shame Morana's rubbish now. Never
Yeah,
mind.
she's in the bin. Who
Razor
else is in the
banners
bin right
as well.
now?
I wonder if
Queen of
Razor's something
Pain.
that Vega have been playing.
Pretty
But
bin.
they've
Radiant team pick.
banned the Rubik as
Dire
well.
team
One of Leo's best heroes. Not surprising.
Warlock.
Warlock. Okay, so is it going to be? You would assume it's going to be Shadow Demon 4. 4, and then Warlock 5, but could be either way around, I guess. We've been seeing more and more teams go for like these double position 5s. RNG did it a lot at Epicenter. It was really cool to see. They did things like silencers, AAs, Warlocks. You know, 2 of the
Yes.
3s,
10 seconds
Shadow
remaining.
Demons. But yeah, Lil has been playing a lot of Shadow
5
Demon for
seconds
Winstrike as a 4,
remaining.
so I assume they are going to be doing the same here. I think you need some gap close here on Winstrike to get on top of this Warlock early on, because if you ever take a fight where Warlock's allowed to freely stand in the back line, I think you're in trouble.
Yeah, for sure.
Radiant
For sure.
team
You don't want this hero. Like, and also, it's not just the chaotic offering. It's actually the what's this slow called?
The Upheaval.
Upheaval. Yeah, that spell can be so good. Like, you don't see it come into play that much because Warlock is often picked up quite early in the draft, and people usually pick up some kind of catch or some kind of blink or some kind of, you know, something just to get on top of this Warlock anyway. But Upheaval can be a
10
really, really
seconds
insanely
remaining.
good spell in the right situations.
Yeah, imagine trying to play Wraith King now against Disruption,
seconds
the
remaining.
the Purge on the Shadow Demon, and then the Upheaval now as well on the Warlock. Like, you're just not going to be able to get your damage off.
I think it was Kyle that was saying was like Upheaval is Warlock's second best
Dire
spell.
team pick.
Yes.
First is obviously Faithful Bonds.
I don't know. I think the way that Golem works now with Ags is a little bit scary. We've been seeing, I've been seeing a lot of like 6 Golem games that in like 50 minutes in, and they get like Ags refresher on the Warlock, and it's pretty crazy. I mean, we cast a game in the opens where what was his name on the Warlock?
Book.
Book, yeah.
10 seconds
What a guy.
remaining.
Within the European Open qualifiers, so he's like selling his boots to
Radiant
get Ags
team
and all sorts.
Storm Spirit.
Yeah, and there's the jump for the Warlock, unsurprisingly.
Good Doom target though.
It is if you can Doom him. Like,
True.
your animation on Doom is actually ridiculous. So they need like an instant stun on Vega now to be able to deal with the Storm, or at least something that does well against him in lane. But a Storm, especially with the
10
CM aura,
seconds remaining.
has been enabled a lot this game. So you should have a decent time.
5 seconds remaining.
Koeman loves his Storm as well, has to be said. Very
He
big fan.
does, yeah, he's a very big comfort
Dire
pick for him.
team ban.
Hey, ban Slardar.
Are
Okay.
there any other comfort picks you can see coming out?
I'd like to see some kind of big team fight on this Winstrike side. Depends how they want to play the right, because if you look at Vega's side, they have Doom and Golem. So like, they're on a timer for fights. Like, you need to wait for their big ults to be able to take them. If you're Winstrike at the moment, the only thing you've got is this Wraith
10
King ult,
seconds
which when he gets
remaining.
level 18 is 40 seconds. So, like, do you want to pick an
5
offlaner that's going to be
seconds
cooldown
remaining.
dependent? Or do you just want to pick somebody that can fight all the time, like in
Dire
between these
team
big
pick.
ults?
Yeah.
That's why I think the Slider would have been such an interesting pick for them. Like, Centaur's banned out. Darks is still in the pool if they want to go for it, but doesn't look like the best game for it.
10 seconds remaining.
10 seconds on the
Like
clock.
Bat Raider, maybe?
5 seconds remaining.
Might
That
be
could be a
okay.
good shout, yeah. Yeah, nice
It's not-
BKB penetration for the Juggernaut as well.
Yeah, but they have like the Shadow Demon save. Jug's decent against it in the laning stage as well. I'm just trying to think of offlaners that would be able to fight constantly. What else? Maybe like a Shaker or like an Axe.
Yeah, and Axe could be interesting as well. I like that. Some more catch, something to combo up with the Storm Sphere. Gives you a really tanky front line into this Shadow Demon Jug.
Yeah, the best thing about the Axes as well, it's super good against the Jug and it's BKB piercing. So when he tries to spin TP, like I said, they don't
Radiant
have anything at the
team
moment.
pick.
Oh, okay, they go Legion
Legion.
instead. I mean, that
Okay.
makes more sense.
Yeah, so you got your magic penetrating. You have yourself a lovely purge, which can get rid of
Choose
these,
your
stop these
hero.
poison stacks. Stacking up too highly. Of course, when you pop them, they still do the damage to you. Then that'll be completely broken. It purges, stop the poison damaging you, but it does get rid of them and stop them stacking up too high. It can get rid of Fatal Bronze as well, right?
Yes, yeah, it can.
So yeah, a lot of advantages to this Legion Commander. I like it.
I'm just wondering how they want to lane this on Winstrike though. Like, do they want to put the Legion in a 1v1 against the Doom and then aggro try with like Wraith King AACM? Sounds pretty good to me. Or do they just want to go 2-on-2? I feel like if you just put the Legion in a 1v1 against the Doom, he should be absolutely fine.
Yeah. What do you think of this new Warlock Immortal, by the way?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure I like how it doesn't have a handle, yet his physics still behave as if he's... You know, I know it's supposed to be like magic or whatever, but it just looks a little bit silly.
Yeah, talk about realism in Dota is a difficult one, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's not real. It's just like, you know, how things look have to kind of align with how your brain wants them. Yeah, I don't know. It's too much. It's too much for a Monday.
How many
evening.
times have we watched Storm versus Ember mid recently, by the way? It
Yeah,
feels like there's been so
yeah.
many.
It's been a long one, but we've also seen you know, each hero take the victory in that matchup as well. It's not really one sided, which is nice.
It feels like ever since Storm got the pull,
Yeah,
you know, the pull buff, so that he can go 1-1-3. Feels like the hero's been doing so much more better in the laning stage than ever before. Oh, that Doom's shaking hand. So he needs to get that checked.
he's eager. Do you not get shaky when you're eager for something?
Yeah, that's true. He's just nervous. TI qualifiers. It's a big deal.
Well, so everything's on his head right now. Alrighty, let's get into it. Game number 1 out of 1 in this best of 1 series. 1-1-1-1-1. It is going to be Winstrike versus Vega Squadron as they battle out. Vega Squadron so far undefeated. Winstrike currently need to pull off a win here. They are, what is it, 1-3 are they? No, sorry, 3-1.
Winstrike are 2-2.
Oh, 2-2. That's
Vega
right.
4-0.
Yeah, so
Oh, I
Vega
just have to look it up quickly.
looking pretty hot right now.
So Lil's playing the position 4 CM. Be interesting.
Yeah, he's done this
really, apart from the Golem, they don't really have a way of stopping this like blink BKB freezing field. So at some point, you know, if it gets later on in the game, they are going to have to be careful on this radiant side that they don't. Ooh, Doom.
They can't get him range, even with the Crystal Nova. They don't want to throw it out just willy-nilly. I don't know, I feel like if she Crystal Nova's there, they can catch up with
30
the Wraith Fire
seconds to
Blast,
battle.
but maybe she wasn't quite in range.
That was really nice as well. That the Shadow Demon was on the left-hand side, Doom was on the right-hand side, both just standing on the hills waiting for smokes to pop.
Yeah.
It was really well played. And interestingly, the Shadow Demon's gone boots first. So I'm wondering whether he's going to be doing some, you know, pulling from behind the tower shenanigans.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
What to see.
We shall indeed see. Proud my camera works up.
The battle
People
begins.
down at bottom. Nongrado jumping onto Fishman once again. He's been harassing him a lot right now, but it is Fishman who's able to grab the bounty rune. However, with Lil coming over, they have got the slows coming down onto Fishman. That heal does not do that much level 1, but it will still be enough to help Fishman survive this one as he makes his way through the tree lines, but still. Going to be very, very poorly after that engagement. Meanwhile, Jani, he wanted to grab himself his Cunning Blade. Is it going to cost him, though? Nice Dew. Should keep him away from the Legion and the majority of the damage coming out from these two here.
I feel like this Warlock heal needs a bit of a nerf. I think like on the cooldown or something. Maybe it needs to be like a higher cooldown at level 1. It lasts 12 seconds and it has a 16-second cooldown. Is that not pretty crazy?
Is that not broken? Yeah. No, I'm picking up what you put down, Mo. I really am. Kuman versus GPK in the middle lane. Battling it up. It's generally we've seen Storms come up ahead a little bit in these matchups, right? There's a very slight advantage for the Storm player, especially because he can catch up as well, so he doesn't really even care if he loses the lane that much. He can just go to the jungle, farm.
Top lane, Doom.
Oh, he's low, he's frozen, he's going down, the right click's coming through, and that is going to be an easy kill. Easy first blood. Last hero will be dying to silent right now, and a great start for Winstrike.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Winstrike's lanes. I was also going to say Shadow Demon did do this pulling behind the tower business. But he's with those boots first, trying to get some shenanigans going.
Yeah. Playing it fast and loose. You all know fear for the last hero once again. Last hero, he doesn't care. He gets frozen up. I don't care. But it's a nice deny from No Fear as well.
Ooh! I
middle lane.
I looked mid just as it ended. I was not expecting that at all.
Dang it.
Dire's
Well,
Hey, I'm
yeah.
not the one on the
Blood
camera.
spilt in the middle lane.
How does that happen?
That is very rare. Very unusual.
I mean, they must have just both been going for it, but the Ember still had like 3/4 HP by the end of it. I don't know how Kuman put himself in that kind of position.
Yeah,
but-
you gotta wonder, don't you? You gotta wonder. But GPK now with the Storm on full health and mana. It's a really annoying thing whenever you get a kill in mid and you're like, oh, the person I'm then against on full health and mana, great. I don't wait for my regen to
Dire's
come out.
top tower is under
It is really awkward. It's interesting to see how the top tier players kind of play around that.
Top lane as well. The new lane is in the jungle, guys. This is where the lane's
very
at.
confusing right now. There is a cold feet out onto the Shadow
Shadow
Demon. He doesn't
Demon.
have disruption either with the stun coming out. They're closing the gap quite easily. No Fear's taking some damage, but it's going to be so bad that goes down first. No Fear dying quite soon afterwards, so it's just a support trade. Both the carries like shaking hands, going, let's just kill each other support. Yeah, that was a good plan, sir.
Yeah, the Wraith King manages to get the big creep from the camp as well, though, so he's going to be more than happy with that.
Money, money, money. But the Doom also got way more gold. He got like 100 more gold for killing No Fear, so... All's even in Love of Warfare or something. I don't know how that quite goes.
I like that the Wraith King's put a second point in stun as well instead of the skeletons. It puts, reduces the cooldown by 2 seconds, and when you're playing in this high kill lane with AA, I feel like you want this stun up as often as you can.
We've had a bit of time now to assess Chilling Judge on the tower, and it's going in pretty deep. The cold feet won't come off, and Silent is still being chased down, but No Fear's really low as well. Which one of them is going to fall, or maybe both of them? They've both got 2 stacks of poison on the last hero. He's going to go over towards No Fear. No Fear will certainly be dying right now. Meanwhile, Silent trying to close the gap. They get a stun off, and No Fear's still alive, actually. He's living. Wow, okay. AA survives, so bad, doesn't manage to close the gap onto anybody, misses a bunch of poisons after the first 2 came off. Now trying to get them on time right now. Meanwhile, they're pinging out No Fear. They know where he is, but they can't really do anything about it. Now the disruption comes out. Last hero's on top of him. He's got the battle blade. If he wants to use it, but the cold feet is out onto him. Has to back himself out away from under this tower. So there will not be any kills happening at top right now. I say that. The crit comes through onto No Fear, but it is just an illusion. A poopy till on illusion as well, which does 30% damage, so not that scary. Meanwhile, mid GPK coming back in here. He's got himself an illusion rune to try and help run at Kuman right now. We'll pop it. Now the chain's coming out. Kuman's in some trouble. He's running downwards, trying to juke out GPK a little bit here. And with the remnant, it means that GPK can't really afford to chase this one right now. Meanwhile, up at the top lane, they get the kill onto so bad, but down to mid. Kuman just salving up. He's going to be okay. And yeah, they did manage to find a kill onto the... Fishman down at bottom. He's being chased. No, he wants it. He grabs it. He trades his life. But, hashtag value.
Lil's going to be more than happy with that. He's like,
Yeah, he dives to the tower as
don't
well.
worry, guys. I got the Warlock. This is fine. And the thing is, on CM as well, when you run out of mana, you're like, well, oh.
Jesus Christ, what's going on? We got 8 kills in 5 minutes. This is Very high octane game.
You sound surprised. This is CIS TI qualifiers.
True, and you know because when you got Lil in the game, you know it's gonna be some crazy dives coming out.
Bounty win spawns. Looks like they're gonna trade 2 apiece.
I'm worried that people might start to get a bit frustrated with the camera work, so I think we don't cast and we just focus on the camera now, because that's literally the only way you can catch every single kill.
That's true. Very true. This Ember's doing really well mid, by the way. He's having a great...
What did I just say? We're not allowed to cast. We've got to capture kills.
Sorry. Storm does hit level 6 now, though. I'm going to ignore your wishes.
That's kind of fair. Is he going to make a rotation, or is he just going to focus on his middle lane?
I think your Storm's your win condition this game for the die, right? We saw it last game from Namiga, but they have 3 greedy cores on the die. So, Wraith King, Legion, Storm. That is greed all over, so they just need to carry on farming for now. Look at GPK on this Ember. This Storm's missing out so much XP here, and the catapult wave as well. He doesn't even get the rune.
He's okay, he's okay. Sorry, a lot of action going out across this map. And we miss it! I looked down for a second, and they've actually managed to catch out the Shadow Demon. Damn it, Mofarah. Drawing my attention to the middle lane.
Dude, mid lane's the most important lane.
Yeah, for sure.
Just don't look at the other lanes. They're not worth it. It's fine. Nobody minds if you miss kills anyway. Everybody's very understanding.
That's true. They realize
Lil bot lane.
Oh, Kuman also. We're trying to look at Lil. Lil looks like he has gone down. Meanwhile, Storm still being chased by the Ember Spirit, but won't get the kill.
Did you catch that one? I told you it was coming as well. I mean, look,
we looked over, but it would already happen. Thank you. Yeah, last hero. He's gonna be all right, I think. No, never mind. The stun comes out. He's gone. He's gone. I thought he'd already used the
I think
stun.
he's fine. I think he's fine.
Why did he use the stun? Oh, he must have used it to open up with.
Bot lane's on. Lil's coming back in. Brings in the blaze.
Lil's not a very aggressive player. He's not gonna go for anything here.
No, Lil doesn't do aggression.
Very passive in the position.
Ooh, 6 cores are getting a decent amount of farm this game though already, so they should be pretty happy on both sides, I think.
Oh, go farm the camp.
Yeah, go on, just kill the CM with the fatal bombs.
Kill him.
Oh, that's disappointing. Doom's actually going for the max devour build as well. I think he realizes that this game, all 6 cores are just going to want to farm. So if you just get this max devour up, you can be a little bit more greedy. Why not?
For sure. Meanwhile, Sobad is just spamming out the poison from the low ground. It's actually Popper to try and grab himself a CS or 2. Not sure he managed to do so. Meanwhile, jump in. He's going onto the Ender Spirit now. Just wants to grab that Invis rune off him. Will be successful in doing so. Not being forced to pop it either, so he's going to be okay. But did lose a lot of his mana in that engagement though. So GPK won't be super mad about that one. Meanwhile, down at the bottom, Yanni just fighting up with non-grass.
Yeah, I feel like
Dire's
this.
top tower is under attack.
I'm going to change the network before I say anything, but yeah, I was going to say this mid lane's brilliant even. Ember's pops the invis. They have a sentry down just on the edge.
Yeah, I don't think it's. Oh, he just flat out breaks it. He didn't want to rely on that invis until he just wanted to get himself out.
Yeah, he has the shrine up as well available, so they'll be fine.
It's actually insane as well. He can just farm so much with his arcane aura. It's only level 1 right now. Classic Lil. I don't want the spell which benefits everybody. Give me crystal.
I think this is a pretty standard build. They're going for 2-1-1 on the CM. Sometimes you go 1-1-2 if you're like 1-1-3 if you're playing position 5, but when you're playing 4, you want a little bit more lane pressure. You probably put the second point in the aura in at level 5. Sorry.
I think sometimes when you have the storm in your game, you want to kind of put the points into the arcane aura just because of how much that helps him out in lane. Just being able to spam out these static remnants more and more, but. Yeah, I mean, this is Lil we're talking about. He wants to be aggressive in lane, especially with a Legion Commander as well. Like, you want to take control of this lane.
I mean, in the long term, though, the ally mana regen it gives is only, like, an extra 1 every 2 seconds. So it's not a massive deal. Like, every minute he's getting 30 extra mana regen if you take a second point.
Lil bit of aggression up in the top lane as GPK makes a rotation in and should get the kill into no fear, although he gets stunned up, being held still by Silent. This is 1 versus 3 right now as last hero does make his way over, but he doesn't have the Doom leveled up, so can't really contribute a whole lot to
These
this fight.
skeletons, they're red.
Wow. Fancy skeletons. Let him go. They're looking for this one. Nice dodge on the stun. Will allow GPK to pick up this bounty rune. Now last hero's coming in. They've got a lot of damage thrown to Silent right now, but Silent will just run himself away. Again, nothing actually happening down here. Johnny's getting real low down in the bottom lane, running away from Non-Grata. Non-Grata wants to close it out. She's already used the jewel. She gets his maximum movement speed, but gives up on the kill. Doesn't want to dive under the tower. Realizes how badly that could go per. So does decide to chill. Meanwhile, it's group Shrines up in the top lane. Fishman, so bad. Yanni, all together.
Damage empowers me.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
How do you say this
getting
guy's
to the
name, by the way?
point.
Is it Jani? What did you say?
Good
Zani?
question. I would go for Shani as well.
And
Radiant
Zani?
structures
If you're
are
fine.
fortified. Radiant
Oh,
are
Wraith King.
scanning.
Wraith
Oh.
King. I think we're looking at the mid lane right now as Kuman has been chained up. They're trying to make the fight over, but there's an AA blast coming in. Does he know about this? He doesn't. He's going to try and zip himself away. They just want to try and secure the last hit on this tower, and they will get it on the Shadow Demon, but Shadow Demon might have given his life for this. He doesn't really care, though. Or maybe if they get a duel victory, he will care. Yeah, they've got the Frost, they've got the duel, they've got the victory, but they're actually going to go in deep onto Lil. Lil's going to get cleaned up as well, but so far it is pretty much worth it for the side of Winstrike if they can get away with everybody right now. The GPK is showcasing. He's got a double damage rune as well. Can chunk through his Legion Commander rather easily. Non-Grata going through the trees right now, trying to get himself away, and no fear will slow him down to try to make sure that happens. So there is not any more blood spilled, and that is going to be a bit of 10 damage going for the Legion Commander. Not much at this stage, but still enough.
I mean, that's a massive win for Vega though. They just killed 2 towers. They got the top tier one and the mid tier one.
Towers, yeah.
That's a lot of map control. Ember finishes up his drums now as well, and GPK's really impressed me so far this game. He's playing really well on the Ember. Obviously, I think he's still a bit of a busted hero, but fine, don't worry. Storm just TV's top uses all his mana, and unfortunately,
Hi there.
there is another hero.
How's it going? My name is GPK. I'm behind your tower and I'm doing a lot of damage, but maybe not quite enough damage. They're going to throw down the golem. They want this kill and they will certainly get it. And Lil may have just TP'd into his death. He certainly will.
Oh,
GPK, he's taking an AA blast. He's taking it from the tower as well. This might be enough to actually bring him down. He's trying to heal him with a Shadow Word. He's also using, yeah, they've got enough. They've got the disruption. They've got the Sleight of Fist. Non-Grata is waiting. Oh, he misses as well. The overwhelming odds slightly off the mark. And that means that GPK is going to survive, and the tips coming through thick and fast. Exactly how Vega giving it to Winstrike right now.
I love that he gets AAO'd and Warlock's like, don't worry, I'll save you. And just like starts healing him up.
Yeah, I was very much questioning that one.
That's pretty cute.
The old panic. Don't worry, buddy, I'll save. Oh shit.
I really like the build that this Legion's going for as well. She's going, Non-Grata's going drums, which historically, like, you really don't want to just rush Blink Blade Mail, right? Like, you don't really have a huge amount of damage unless you've somehow won like 3 or 4 duels by that point. So a lot of people used to stop off of the armlet on the way, but with how good drums is at the moment as well.
Yeah, fine. Human's fine. So bad just being a forward. Doing a lot of damage to him, to be fair.
Yeah, Kuman's been pressured a lot in the last few minutes. He's been really struggling with his farm by the looks of it. Kind of starting to fall behind a little bit here.
Cool update to Shadow Demon idea. What if you could demonic purge them whilst they're in disruption?
How would you do that? Because you can't target them.
You just click on the bubble.
No.
Yeah, if they could, if theoretically, I mean, I'm sure they can make that happen. If they could make that a thing, do you think that'd be a good thing?
No. You just cast as soon as they come out. It's fine. Like, it's not a big
Well,
deal.
Storm, you can't do that.
Yeah, but then, but why would you want to purge a storm
can't do
inside
that.
any?
I don't know. I'm sure there's reasons. You just like stop them being able to team fight as well.
He just zips, dude. Doesn't care.
Dire's
can't bottle
top tower
anymore, he's
is under
purged.
attack.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, but the purge doesn't do damage anyway, right? Does it take off bottle charging? I don't know.
It literally purges like once every frame or something stupid. It's just a constant purge. So yeah, you won't be able to bottle. You won't be able to do
That's sad.
anything. It's just
Radiant's
constant
bottom
purge.
tower is under attack.
That's the counter to storm. We found.
Constant purge.
Shadow Demon's on 114, by the way. I don't know if he did, if he's been doing it, but I feel like if you go this build, you should be stacking camps, like especially on the top half of the map, on the radiant slides. He might have been doing it. I didn't see, but
Radiant structures are fortified.
like you want to. I know Roger does it a lot for BP whenever he plays the Shadow Demon as a 4. to be greedy with the stacking. Wraith King has an armlet, which is interesting when you're playing against Doom.
Yeah, it's a high risk situation, but you know this is time. I mean, if you're playing as a Wraith King, you're probably not going to get doomed anyway. So.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, you can probably get away with it, but even so. Dude, this tower's getting slapped down bot lane.
They want the backline. They've actually dropped the golem onto 4 heroes right now, but they still zip forward to get the kill onto Fishman. Nail in the backline. Silent is jumping in deep, and they will be able to bring down last hero as well, but Lil does finally drop. Meanwhile, in they go. Zhani finds himself the Omni/kill, brings down no fear, but the immediate buyback from the Ancient Apparition. He doesn't have an ultimate, so I'm a little bit confused about that one, but doesn't matter. They're going to go through it anyway. Non-Grider is going to be chasing. In comes Searing Chains, but immediately purges up, and now in comes the Diffusal. They're trying to run him down, and they will probably be successful in doing so. Non-Grider being chased. The Golems will catch him, and now they look towards
the chains.
Storm Spirit is going to be the next target. How the stun comes down to the Ember Spirit. He's trying to get himself away from this one. He's going to use the Slide Fist now as well. So hard to finish off this Ember Spirit right now as they bring down No Fear and GPK living through it all, but no, Grana comes in and uses the overwhelming odds to get himself a kill. Jewel coming out onto the Warlock as well, but he's actually taking a ton of damage, both of them, but still gets the win with a couple of nicely timed moments of courage.
Is this a
Now Spin
dieback?
coming out from Shani as well, trying to bring down the Non-Grana up onto the high ground, and in comes the Storm coming into this fight, the fight that never ends. Shani, he's been jumped upon here. They might get the return kill. They will. Down goes the Juggernaut. Lilch was trying to slip away on the sidelines. This Golem will get finished off as well, and it is going to be a very costly victory for Team Winstrike, but a victory all the same. Victory at any costs. Wow.
That was a 60-second fight, by the way. I can tell because the Warlock Golem got dropped and it died right at the end.
Goodness gracious me. Yeah, that was what started the fight. You throw down the Golem and all hell breaks loose in more ways than one. Goodness gracious, that was a lot of fighting going on. But yep, Winstrike do actually manage to, I would say, take the victory despite throwing in a lot of buybacks for that one. How many do we have? We had a buyback from Fishman. Okay, that's a Vega buyback. Then we had one from Ancient Apparition, which is a Winstrike buyback.
No,
we had one from GPK, which is the Vega buyback, and then we had Non-Grider as well.
Dire are scanning.
So yeah,
GPK didn't buy back, did he? On the Ember.
GPK, we're reading something else. Yes, I am. He destroyed an observable. My bad. Okay, so 2 buybacks from Winstrike, 1 from Vega.
The Shadow Demon disruption almost kept the Ember alive, and if he'd have got out there, I think it would have been such a huge win for them. But the fact that the Ember dies makes it a little bit better for the Dire side, but you know, still wasn't great. At least they killed off the Jug in the end. They killed the Jug and the Ember in the middle of that fight. They're the 2 big ones. Zhani on this Jug has a Diffusal Blade as well, so this Wraith King has to be really careful now.
It's not free respawn city, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, when you build an armlet and you're against a Diffusal Wraith King and a Doom, like if they do Doom you and you just get Diffusal Bladed down, that's a dead Wraith King.
Jumping in, they're going on to the Doom right now, but the duel comes off the backlines as well. They're going on to the Shadow Demon. That's going to be a kill. Silent will get dropped, but has the reincarnation and will be jumping straight back up to join in this fight. But the rest of Vega are making their way over to this one. A great Golem landing onto 2. Can they finish the fight though? Last hero is the one who's going to get dropped. The Golems in their backlines, they're just not giving a shit about him right now. Meanwhile, Silent does get dropped. Okay, maybe they care about the Golem. Meanwhile, GPK, finds a cheeky kill onto No Fear, and Lil not gonna make it out either. Oh no, Winstrike! They dive deep, but they get destroyed by this Golem drop from Fishman and from GPK's mobility. This Ember Spirit is just dominating these fights right now.
I mean, the good thing for Winstrike is that Non-Grata's got 46 dual damage on his Legion. Like, he took the Shadow Demon out of the fight straight away, but yeah, they're really struggling to fight into this Golem and Fatal Bombs at the moment. And if you're the Dire side, we talked about it in the draft, you need to make something happen now before the big ults come back up again.
Absolutely.
Because if this Doom and the Golem come back off cooldown before they take another fight, then you're just giving the game to Vega, it feels like.
Non-Grider is under a sentry here. Does he realize this? There's an AA Blast coming in though. He's going for the duel fight, but he's going to get disrupted immediately, so they can't finish off the duel. It's actually going to be Leech Commander who goes down. Fishman doesn't get the damage though. It ends just before. Meanwhile, he will get finished off, so it's going to be a trade, but not a good one at all. And now Kuman, all he can do is spin in the spot as he is going to get run down as well. Punishment comes in hard. Meanwhile, GPK, oh, he actually gets punished for this as well. So swinging back in one direction, then the other.
Yeah, getting a little bit impatient there. I thought he might have used the Slight Fist to try and dodge the Cold Feet. I think he probably would have died either way.
Yeah, but still a big victory for Vega there, as they only lose their Warlock and take themselves 2 cores in return. And I'm not a mathematician, but that's a valuable trade by any stretch.
They lost the Ember as well, right? But like, I think it's still worth it for them overall.
Lil, don't walk up those stairs. He's got his AirPods in. He can't hear me. There goes the Omni Slash on top of the Crystal Maiden. And she is going to get run down. The Maiden, well, she's no longer a virgin.
Oh, dear. Oh, disruption? Who have they caught? Oh, it's only the AA. He just TP's out.
Yeah, and he cancelled this either. Well, see you later, bud. Isn't it weird
I mean,
that
this-
TPs can't be purged?
This Storm needs like 5 minutes of just uncontested farm, it feels like. Like, he's falling so far behind. He needs a little bit of time, especially when you've got the CM on your team. You can't expect the Storm to be doing better than he is. Like, you really need him to be enabled. And at the moment, Wraith is the only real one with like a huge amount of farm on the Dire side. Like, when he gets this Orchid on the Storm, he can just jump the Shadow Demon at the start of every fight. Like, they've got Legion and Storm. So it's really important they find both decent.
Can't believe, no, he doesn't get away with it. He turned around for a creep, and now he's getting Ice Blood. He's getting dueled up, and he is going to get finished off. It's not a duel victory, but it's a kill all the same. And a huge one at that. 676 gold going into the hands of No Fear, and a kill onto the Juggernaut, who was previously rivaling the Wraith King for that top net worth spot.
Big kill, and when the Legion gets Blade Mail as well, it's only going to get more difficult for the Jug.
Oh my god, did you see that though? He was farming up this camp, he sees the TPs coming in, he starts to run away, and then he's like, oh, there's one one baby wolf, not even the alpha wolf, like the beta wolf. And he's just like, oh, I'm going to just quickly run back and kill that, and then continues running away, and that cost him his life. So greedy for like, what, 26 gold, whatever they give?
It's always the extra last creep that gets you killed, guys.
It always is, yeah. When you're in that, the worst when you're in a wave of creeps. You can't really let the range creep go if you're trying to like farm a wave of creeps. At the same time, if it's going to cost you your life, it's not worth it. But yeah.
But that's why you kill the range creep first.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, when this, I was going to say, when this Legion gets Blade Mail, it's going to be so difficult for the
Oh,
Jug to survive fights.
yeah, I'm fairly sure he's dead here. They're taking the time to kill him. They're going to have to drop the golem just to quell the onslaught from Winstrike, but it doesn't matter. They brought down GPK all the same, and now they're going on so bad as well. The damage is coming out heavily from Winstrike, and that is going to result in 2 big kills for them. A buyback from Lil as well, as he wants to get back into this game and they continue to push this aggression. They get themselves a victory, and now they want to take some towers for it as well, and the Skeletons marching down this middle lane towards the middle tier 1 tower. The Fortifier's coming out, but it won't do much to stop the onslaught of Winstrike right now.
Yeah, it's getting to the point now where this Wraithing is causing massive troubles for them. Like, he's doing huge amounts of physical damage with the armlet. And if you're the ranged side, you have to take fights with your Golem and your Doom at the same time. Like, you want this big 5-on-5, right? You can't just split up into 2s and 3s, where if you look at the Dire side, they have really good cores of really good pick-off potential, and then they have the AA out on top just to help them. Like, if you're going to go around in 2s and 3s on this Radiant side, you're going to get picked off.
You
get a kill on the
nearly
Crystal
got
Maiden.
Midas.
Who does?
The position 5-inch apparition on the side of Winstrike.
I mean, that's nice. The thing is, if you're the AA, right, like, what do you build this game that would help you? Like, there's nothing immediately that comes up immediately soon that would like really benefit your game. Maybe like a Yules is okay, or like a Ghost Scepter, but it's all so-so. And if they think this game's going to go late, which it probably is, with the way that it's going at the moment, you know, this Midas is going to help a lot.
Trades.
Yeah, it's a GPM talent as well.
Man, this guy's greedy. Yeah, blast farm at the top lane. Give me that range creep. Hell yeah.
I think he was just expecting somebody to go there, though. Like, the Legion was waiting top ready for the duel as well, so...
I see.
But this is what I'm talking about, like, if the AA ult hits somebody, then you have a Legion, a Storm, and a Wraithing that can all jump them at the same time.
It's a lot
Like,
of
it's a
follow-up,
huge amount of... Yeah, like, it's a huge amount of follow-up and, well, turns into burst damage as well, I guess.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
There's a smoke up on the Radiant, but they don't have Golem. Interesting.
I don't need it. You got Doom, you got yourself plenty of other spells. Let's go, say Vega. We want to try and find a pick-off or two. Kijani leading the charge, making his way up top, but it's Non-Grata who is already sensing a disturbance in the force and is getting himself out of here post.
They pinged it out on the Dire side. I think it was Lil that was pinging. He saw something was wrong. Oh, they're just going to go into Roche. Okay.
Okay, yeah, this is I mean, it's not the quickest roach in the world,
Are they
but
smoking on Dire?
this is almost better because it means that they're just not expecting it. 24 minutes in, they haven't taken any objectives, they haven't taken any kills. Why would they be doing roach right now? But the fact that everybody's missing might be blocking them onto it here. They've got
Winstrike is just wasting so much time.
3 seconds. Vega. All right, Nongrada, he's making his way over. Does he actually know, though? Yes, he does. He's inside the pit, but finds himself so many heroes and immediately getting doomed up. The Ice Blast will follow up, but it is certainly going to be Nongrada going down. She's got a buyback if he wants to use it, but on the backline to fight. They just use the golden to slow them down. They're going to get themselves the Roshan. They're going to get themselves the Aegis as well. Storm tries to make the steal, but it doesn't quite pay off, and now he's stuck inside the pit. Does manage to zip himself away. Meanwhile, the only Sash coming forward onto Silent, taking his mana. He is gone, and now the CM going down as well. Tries to make it happen with the ultimate, but the spin is more than enough damage to penetrate through her armor. Meanwhile, Kuman zipping around the map, trying to get away from Zhani right now, and they probably won't be going down here, Kuman, though. I say that, Zhani is chasing Kuman, trying to turn this one around. Maybe might be able to take his Aegis off, and yep, certainly he didn't have the Aegis.
The Ember took the Aegis.
Didn't have the Aegis. Oh, dearie me. That's just a free kill onto a Juggernaut. 1,000 gold. Now a Doom still coming out as well. They're going to get the Aegis.
They did get the Aegis. You were right.
Ah, I knew it. Yeah. Clairvoyant caster. I got you.
Just knew. I mean, that's it's still a decent win for the Radiant side. Like, they get the gold, they get the Aegis for themselves, but Nongrata forced to use his buyback. I think it's a big deal, but the fact he wins a duel out of it is, you know, decent for him. They've used the Doom, they've used the Golem as well, so if you're the Dire side now, you know, when Silent comes back up again, he's going to hit that level 20 soonish. I feel like that's going to be the big point this game for Winstrike. Like, when that Wraith King all of a sudden doesn't have to fear anything anymore, he should be fine.
Yeah. All right, well.
Oh, look, top.
Such back and forth game. It feels like no one's allowed to take a clean fight in this game.
He has a Lincoln's. Does the Legion know?
Well, doesn't matter. He's out of there. They were a little bit too hesitant on fighting there, but yeah, as you say, Lincoln's means it would have been very difficult. They'd had to cast the Cold Feet at the exact right time and hope that your combo is quick enough. And the Ember Spirit is going to like tiny little bit in order to get that one off. Very difficult.
Yeah, interestingly, we usually see against things like the Doom and the Legion, we see this SMY Satanic status resistance build. But when you're playing against AA, you really don't want to be building a Satanic. It's like a bit of a wasted item against the Ice Blast. So Jug just going to go for the Butterfly Lincolns instead to help with the evasion and then the potential of the dual block.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Silent, he's going for the AC. I really like that he chose for the Armlet Mjolnir build. I don't like the Radiance, especially when you're playing into a Shadow Demon. You're basically giving the enemy a Radiance.
Very true. I think he has to save the disruption for a defensive purposes anyway, if he can get away with it. Like if the duel comes out or like Storm jumps somebody, this Shadow Demon has to be really careful with his positioning.
Winstrike sponsored by Toyota. Let's hope they can drive them to a victory right now. This is a really exciting game, by the way. There's been a ton of fighting. There's been a ton of back and forward. I don't know who's going to win it. I still don't. I think both teams have great late game options as well, especially when this Wraith King hits level 20, which he nearly is doing so. It means he can actually fight on the front lines rather than being this kind of weird pseudo Wraith King hero where he's got to just hang out at the back and wait for the Jug to show himself and try and play around him because he can't get Omnislash by the Jug. Otherwise, he's going to lose all his mana to this Diffusal, but shan't be the case no longer. I'm
really surprised, Lil. Didn't take the GPM talent. I know he's got a Storm on his team, but even so.
Yeah, it's a really fantastic game for that talent, especially with the Storm and with the fact that there's Diffusal, mana loss reduction, very tasty.
The Diffusal especially, I think, is a big deal.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Maybe Doom should drain mana.
No.
I think Doom has one of the worst Aghanims, though.
Well, it can be really good depending on the game, but it's just not a lot of games at the moment where it's useful.
It's very dull, though, isn't it? You just
it is dull.
So Doom Anxious, you got to stay on top of them, and the Doom duration gets refreshed. So.
My favourite one is when Nyx is in Burrow and Doom has an axe, and he dooms him, and Nyx can't do anything. Like he's just stuck in Burrow, and the Doom just stands next to him and just waits. Like
sit on his face. Well, they're making their way over. Looks like Winstrike are being aggressive right now. They've got Golem on the side of Vega, though, so they're all together as well. But if they can find Fishman, this would be fantastic. Jumping forward to try and go for the duel into last year. They want to stop him being able to get up to Doom, but it's just not going to happen. Fishman, meanwhile, on the byline, he's going to get stunned up, and they can bring it down before he can get off the Golem. That would be huge, but he does get it down, but it only lands onto No Fear because the Destruction was already out. Nograda has been taken out by the Juggernaut, though, as he wraps around by the back of this fight. Down goes so bad. Jug trying to find a target, but can't really close the gap. Now they'll find themselves Wraith King, but he's going to be able to get his reincarnation off, so it's not going to be a huge victory here. Spittin coming out straight away, doesn't want to get stunned up by Silent. Silent getting run down here, changes out onto him as well, but Zhani's on top. Zhani has the damage. Zhani gets the kill. Meanwhile, they're looking for more, but there is a Glimmer Cape up on No Fear, so he can run himself away. Might as well cool down, by the way. Meanwhile, TP out from Crystal Maid, she's going to be alright. So it's going to be a pretty empty fight, really. Just 2 deaths on either side, but Winstrike definitely taking much heavier losses as they lose 2 cores in exchange for 2 supports.
Lil.
He just wanted the runes, but this might be turning around. GPK, he's being jumped upon by Kuman right now. Kuman is in with the Storm Spirit. Meanwhile, Crystal Maiden, she's letting it go. She's letting it go. GPK getting run down. Crystal Maiden will be taking a fall here, but she'll be more than happy with the kill onto GPK. Worth her life indefinitely. Meanwhile, Kuman needs to run away. He's got these 17 Bloodstone charges though, so he's got plenty of mana regen coming in thick and fast. Winstrike get themselves away, and they kind of make this fight a little bit better for themselves. Still not worth it due to the fact that so many of their heroes died, but you know, Storm, he is a win condition, and he's getting himself some kills, getting himself some money, trying to stay near the top of the net worth right now, but Jug is so scary. He's just picked up himself a butterfly as well. Hello, Mofarah.
Hello. I'm still here.
How you doing?
Just enjoying myself.
Yeah, just kicking back, feet up on the desk.
I'm chilling. This is a great game. Yeah.
Honestly, what's that biggest net worth? It's been 2,000 gold for Winstrike and about 3,000 gold for Vega at one stage. So very close game. These guys are very snugly up close to each other when it comes to gold.
It just feels like when it gets to these late stages of the game, right? You're going to have 3 cores that are all scaling really well on the Dire side. A Legion not so much at the moment because she's had to buy back twice as well. But these big ults on the Radiant side, I feel like are going to be a bigger deal. Like, when you get into these long, drawn-out fights in the late game, the time between them takes longer and longer. So it's much harder to punish these long cooldowns.
Storm. He's on top of the Doom. They've got an Ice Blast coming in as well. They're going to hold him still with the Electric Vortex. Is there any help coming in? There is not. This is going to be a free duel. She's been pretty early. Did they ever knock that in? Yeah, they do. Easily.
Yeah, without the regen. AA was stopping that.
Oh, yeah, the AA
is
as well. Definitely feel a little bit like a paper mache. I haven't done paper mache in ages. Do you remember doing that stuff? That's so great.
Yeah.
It's newspaper, PVA, get all over your hands, peel it off.
I bet you were the kid that just like painted your hands with glue just so you could peel it off.
You weren't the kid which did that?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you if you didn't?
I knew it.
Oh, I'm tempted to just get some PVA now. Next time you come around for a castle catch, oh god. Fishman, he's in some trouble. The Ice Blast connects, and that is going to be one dead Warlock.
He picks up the ward. He knows it's there now, but unfortunately for him, that's 50 seconds, no buyback. They might look to do something here on the Winstrike. Whether they take the tier 2 top or try and force high ground, we'll have to see. They do have to be careful going high ground when the Doom's coming back up. They don't know if Warlock has buyback or not.
True, that could be really cataclysmic. 1 minute 30 until Roshan respawns as well, so everyone will be up for that one. It's all very much hanging in the balance for both these teams right now. Whilst that's the thing with Dota, right? The later it gets, the more it kind of hangs on a knife edge. But then, you know, the buybacks become more expensive. One big fight and, you know, one buyback, and all of a sudden you got yourself a win condition. Like, the tower is on thin foundations.
What is AA? Okay, so AA and the CM both have Glimmer Capes, which is really nice. But I think the biggest thing here is that Legion's just picking up the BKB now off the Courier. I feel like when he gets this, it's going to be a lot more difficult for the Radiant side in these fights. Like, you can't just bring him down unless you doom him now. I feel like Legion has to be... Either him or the Storm are probably the 2 big doom targets now. Storm's
Honestly,
getting very close to 25, by the way, which is very spooky.
Yeah, but this Wraith King hit a huge power spike, though. with that level 20 talent and with the BKB, like he's just gone from like someone who doesn't want to win the front lines to being anywhere he wants to be. Although not using his might there. Good.
No, he left it for the AA. What a bro.
Aw, that's sweet. At this stage of the game, do you still want to be using it for the XP? Like, is your 25 talent? I guess it is pretty good on the Wraith King.
Although Midas gives XP, the XP it gives is so negligible. Like, it's really not a huge amount, especially in these big levels.
Yeah, that's a good point. And if you use it on the small creeps as well, it just gives you so much more gold in some cases. Especially with the hill trolls, like if you can get them to spawn a little hill troll, then you basically just get to like minus, like literally like 12 gold creep, which is just insane value.
Storm didn't take the static remnant damage, by the way, at level 15. So
what an idiot! I'm just kidding.
Come on, man.
400 health when you get doomed is
yeah, exactly. I think that's the most important thing.
Alrighty, well, Storm is on the one-way ticket to Lincoln's Town. He will be arriving there pretty late, as especially he's going to have to save him for buyback at this point in the game. Does have it currently available, that means he's only 960 gold towards that Lincoln.
This net worth graph, by the way, is so funny.
Yeah,
it keeps changing.
It looks really drastic, and then you look at the values, it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
we barely changed at all.
Such an up and down game, and then you're like, oh yeah, hang on, this is interesting.
You could have like some serious clickbait here for those like YouTube channels where you just like look at this, what a crazy net worth game, and then you just hide the values.
You won't believe what happened in this game.
Yeah. 5 things not to do in a team. Gone-sexual. Those are my favorite ones when they put like gone-sexual or something next to a thumbnail.
Oh.
Do you remember that time when it was loads of like weird, like, you know, playing strip video games with my sister and brackets? That was a weird era for YouTube. I'm glad.
I don't even remember.
I hope that's no longer.
Nomad definitely knows it's a thing.
Don't look at my subs.
Yeah. I wonder what Lil's going to build on the CM next. He's obviously not scaling that well because he doesn't have the GPM talent. So, like, do you want to build into like more defensive items for your team, like a Lotus or something?
Maybe. There is a fight going on, actually, as they jump forwards. They've got the Infernal Blade onto the Ancient Apparition. This should be a nice quick kill, and they will take that one. No Fear is dead, but the duel comes in. It's going, but there's got a disruption now. Storm going onto the backlines right now. The Dolem, is it coming down? Yes, it is. It's on the backlines. Nongrata tanking it up, but it is a Storm Spirit ripping through the backlines, but unable to secure himself a kill. He might be on top of Fishman. That might be the first fatality. Yep, it will. Down goes Fishman. Meanwhile, AA finished off, and the buyback's coming in quickly here. They want to get this Doom back into the fight, and he does have that spell available. Meanwhile, Silent, he's just trying to sink his way back in the sideline. He's got himself loads of mana left as he's going to be dropping the first time. Doesn't manage to get the talent anyway, so he jumps back into this fight. Though, look at the damage! They've got the soul subject, the soul catcher on him, and it just melts the guy. Silent in his second life lasts all of about 1 second.
This Ember is level 25 and he has an axe. He is everywhere in these fights now. Like, they just don't have the ability to be able to lock him down anymore.
Spirit zipping all around all over the place, and everybody else just left to kind of witness these crazy fights. It cost them 2 buybacks, but Vega still take the victory.
That was really well played by the Vega side as well. They protected their Doom with the disruption from the duel for like such a long time. Like, he did die eventually, but it just meant the whole duel was wasted by the Legion pretty much.
Here's Storm as well, zipping through, giving them vision. He wants to go for the steal, but he knows what will happen if he tries. He's cleared out the slot though, but it's just too late. I think that was the right decision. Was that a cheese rush? I think it was a cheese rush. I'm gonna just assume it was a cheese rush. I don't see anybody rocking
wasn't that the first?
Was that the first?
No, yeah, the Jug has the cheese. Yeah.
Cheese.
So the cool one's not until next.
Oh, down to the bottom lane, Nongrata doomed up and finished off, healing out very quickly with that moment of courage, but dead all the same.
What talents has he taken? Oh, he's taken movement speed, attack speed. Okay, so he's gone for the more, you know, less fun talents, I would say.
Just
I was trying to think of a technical term, but I couldn't make one up in time. Very
running
disappointing.
everywhere and running places quicker and hitting things quicker.
That was amazing. Bounty Room's about to spawn. Looks like Lil. Oh, Lil took the attack speed talent. Here we go. He's building. He must be building a maelstrom next time.
Smart boy. Mid lane. Kuman. Got the Yules. He should be okay here. Air Blast coming on him as well, just to back him out in case anybody tries any funny
Arcane
business.
Rune.
Okay.
Arcane Rune Ember.
Oh god. Hide your wife, hide your kids. GPK is coming.
Yeah, I mean, you guys thought Storm Arcane Rune was bad. This new Ember with the axe is pretty crazy.
Dire's bottom tower is under
And a
attack.
regen as well. If Storm had got both of those, he'd have been loving life.
Directly into the storm. Ooh.
Dire's bottom tower is
Warlock.
under attack.
You alright, bud?
Dire's
He's level
bottom
20 on the
tower
Warlock
is
now
under
as well,
attack.
so these golems, he uses his ult and then he just runs in and dies. That's the way to go on the Warlock now.
Yep, make sure you get that third Warlock golem down. Wait, only does that like second Warlock
Only
golem
two.
down? Only two. Pathetic.
You're just wishing at the moment. Silent's getting close to his 25 as well. What other 25s are we looking towards? What's the Legion one? I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, the AoE
I think I know.
attack.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. I'm still trying to say them off on my head.
What's the other one?
It's AoE press attack and plus 40 dual damage.
It is. Well done. Yeah, he's not necessarily winning a huge amount of duels anyway. But when you're against Fatal Bonds especially, the AoE press attack's pretty nice here.
Storm playing some high octane Dota. Zipping
Yeah, I
around the
love
map.
playing against level 25 Storm. It's really fun, especially when he has the CM talent, so that everything costs a little bit less mana.
Yeah. I love like all my creeps are always surviving and like never just getting one shot by Storm.
Yeah.
That bit's really fun.
I love it when you're in the late game. You have to save the glyph so that the Storm doesn't instantly kill your creep wave. Lovely. Stuff. Oh, Ember bot takes the arcane. Unfortunately, Kumi's not going to get that one again. Oh,
Going in deep here, but not
Oh.
gonna find anything. Hey,
couldn't
he just
get the
wants to
change
farm.
into AA.
Looking for AA. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What does this time? But immediately the LC is there. Purge off those chains and make sure his bro survives.
Arcane Rune Chains, 5.6 second cooldown, 4
Not-
second
not an
duration.
Arcane Rune.
Oh, that's an Aeon disc on the Shadow Demon that got procced by the Storm.
Cool.
I think he was waiting to see if he could disrupt him, just to take Kuman off guard, but with the Lincolns anyway, it wouldn't have happened.
Well, this is the biggest net worth difference we've had. 6k advantage for Vega right now. Goodness gracious me.
The thing is as well, with this game, you can see it, even though they're ahead, it's just going to go on for ages, right?
Radiant
Like,
are scanning.
because of the Storm talent, just dragging
Yeah,
out the game.
They can really drag this one out, but can they win? Well, they've got the infinite scaling.
The
Never
AI
forget the jewel.
helping them just split push as well. It's really important. Oh,
Legion going forwards, does find the Juggernaut
Good
here, managed to get the
spin.
blade mail off, the spin comes down in time, the A-Blast going to follow up as well, can they bring down Johnny though? They're not doing anything to him at all, and now with the Golem coming down, they just turn it around. Nograda wiped on the face, the Doom out onto the CM as well, she's going to disappear as the Ember Spirit's going in deep to try to find target. Storm zipping around doing whatever he wants in this fight. CM5
buyback.
back coming into this fight right now, Nograda on the front lines as well, does manage to get his BKB off this time, still trying to chase up Johnny, but just not realizing how little damage he does to this Juggernaut. Jug just not taking a single ounce of damage. Johnny backing himself away. Wraith King actually dying once, and with the Soul Catcher running makes him fairly squishy. These illusions being very, very annoying for Nongrata here, actually. He's got to be a little bit careful, sorry, no fear.
Dire's bottom tower.
Non-Grata
I'll
might be in
take those
trouble
guys
here.
out.
If the Ember commits to this, I know he doesn't have BKB or Lincolns, but
Blinking away, he's looking for the sports instead, he's looking for no fear, and he is on top of him, and he should get this kill though. Lil's coming in, he's saying, get off my friend, but unfortunately Shadi's coming in.
Please
and,
don't
he is
hurt me
angry.
though.
Oh god, take my friend, leave me! Kuman's making his way over, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Lil's already brought down, Kuman up onto the high ground. The cores are
Silent.
okay, but the supports are gone. Silent is a little bit eager here, but he has got that reincarnation off cooldown now, so he can afford to be kind of for the front lines here, but obviously with the Soul Catcher, we realize how little that second life has been doing for him in this game.
They need to try and make the most of this now, with both supports being down, especially the AA. It's such a big difference for this Radiant side. Apparently, there's a storm in the game.
Oh, bye creeps. Okay.
Where's the party?
Cool, neat, fun.
I think they're just a little bit worried without the Doom. They don't have a huge amount of utility with them, so they have to be very careful.
Yeah, 80 seconds till Golem's up again. They might just want to take advantage of a couple of the buybacks that have been used here. I mean, look at these buybacks as well. Like, everybody on the top has them. Nobody at the bottom, but they got another duel coming up. And that's to the eldest target. Oh no, it doesn't matter though. They'll be able to finish off half afterwards. Well, no problems at all. Jug's still fighting into this one though. Jug doesn't care. GPK needs to be a little bit careful, but
Yes, cheese.
he's just so tanky on the front lines here. Zhani not afraid to just tank everything up. The BKB has actually ended on GPK though, but they are just being very careful with how they engage on this one right now. The Vega Squadron playing really good. AA. Oh my god. Okay, cancel that one. That would have been hilarious.
They managed to pick up the gem again that the I think the Shadow Demon dropped, or somebody dropped. Might have been Lil actually on the CM, but the Warlock manages to snag it back.
You know what I love?
What do you love?
Dota 2. You know what else I love? 45 minutes in, and we've got this Hand of Midas AA, who just chilling touched the creep he was minus. And he's got a Glimmer Cape.
Yeah, I mean he has had to buy back twice though, I think as well. So that's where all his gold is. He has a perseverance as well, dude. What was your? Have you ever looked back at when you started playing Dota? What items you used to build?
I used to buy Perseverance every game.
Yes, I think everybody did.
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, it gives me HP regen, it gives me mana regen, so that's everything I need.
And I always used to build into Refresher Orb just because like it was one of the only things it built into back then.
Oh, so because you always build perseverance, you always have to build refresher.
Yeah, just the value. So I looked at some of my first games. I've got Phantom Assassin with Refresher Orb.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm a slow learner. That's what I'll say.
But the thing is, if I look back at my Dota 2 games, it doesn't matter because I played Dota 1 as well. I had like understood a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a good.
So I don't have any like.
Situation to be in.
They're still bad, but I don't have any like really embarrassing things.
I remember I think the very first hero I played was Death Prophet, and the second one was Io.
Yeah, that's
a
nice easy one. Io.
Yeah, Io.
For number 2.
I'll never forget the one time I came home drunk one day and was like, I'm just going to play a game of Dota, and I randomly got Meepo and was like, oh. Oh no.
Oh, this Jug DDs.
Yeah, this Jug DD could be in trouble though, but he's got the spin off every single time. He seems to be able to... Kuman. A little bit ahead of yourself there, my friend. That's a 10-second BKB, by the way.
A what? So that shrines can now be taken. Yeah, look.
Yeah, the tip's coming out for
This one's
no
like,
fear. Absolutely. Honestly,
oh,
how are you not playing this AA right now? He's built Midas, he's denying you tier 3s, like this guy's just, he's been playing too many pubs, no fear. This is competitive. Get your head in the game, my friend.
I am really impressed with how Vega have been playing though, especially Zhani and GPK on these 2 cores.
Yeah, they've been nailing it.
There is an Octarine core on the Ember Spirit now as well, so that's massively scary. I feel like he needs to upgrade this Maelstrom or something though. He needs to do a little bit more damage. I know a lot of his damage comes from his spell, but
looks like Winstrike are going to try something here. They're grouped as 5 and they're moving over towards the side of Vega. Vega with a 13k advantage currently. We have a real advantage on our hands. That's pretty exciting.
yeah, Doom and Warlock both getting close to 25 as well. Even the Shadow Demon as well. If he gets the 2 charges of disruption this game, like I know he's building towards an Axe, but I feel like up against like the Legion, the Storm, it could be such a huge deal for them.
Juggy Wuggy in the pit. Someone needs to come and contest this right now. He's getting him down fairly quickly, about 1/3 done so far. They've got a Legion up on the high ground. Maybe they're just letting him do the hard work, but I'm not too sure about that one. Jug now gets it down to about 50% HP. They don't seem to have any vision here on the side of the Radiant, so... And they see these poisons coming across. They got to do something. Winstrike? Winstrike? Okay, this is very weird.
There's an Axe Blessing as well. Who do they give it to?
Is there anybody like super memes to give it to? I guess you probably give it to
Shadow Demon.
Yeah, that's kind of boring. Green farms in demonic purge.
I'm surprised they didn't give it to the Warlock, to be honest. But never mind.
Yeah, that is actually very smart.
I mean, he's building one of his own now, but like,
imagine
I
having
don't
that
know.
extra BKB penetrating lockdown for the Storm Spirit.
it's not even that. It's just like when he hits the level 25 and you're an accident. Oh, okay, silent.
He
He has no TP.
Yeah.
He didn't BKB before he TP'd, so he's gonna die for it.
Well, Silence. He's
Oh my.
gonna get his pancake flipped up here in the top lane. And
Yeah.
yeah, bit of
Blue
bit
just
of
instantly starts pushing mid on the Storm. He's like, well, silent.
yeah, bottom lane's being pushed in
Come
really
on,
far
bro.
as well. So it will have to be the top lane. Your last hero pulls, which is
Ember has 6k as well now. I'm wondering whether he's going to turn this Axe into like the Blessing and then just build something else.
stop. They pulled the catapult. There you go. Okay, they killed him. They killed him. I was really worried that they were just going to lose the catapults to this. This small crowd, but they get it together.
Storm,
Hey,
there goes your
everyone.
wave.
Well, they've got the catapults though, so
Heal the catapults.
Radiant
Don't
structures
heal
are
yourself.
fortified.
they fortified them.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Okay.
Dire's structures are fortified.
They're
Okay,
on the
what
high
else is
ground now,
Axe
but
now as
now
well?
the counter fortify comes in. Storm zipping around like a madman, just doing Storm thing. The barracks are being
at the
taken
heal.
though. It looks like they're gonna get them. Yeah, look at everything being thrown onto the siege creep right now. Keep them alive, boys. We'll be successful. I mean, it's 51 minutes in, and this is the first barracks. It's not that big a deal, honestly.
I don't know. It's still a, you know.
No, Storm's got level 25. He can just push out the waves. It doesn't matter.
It's not a massive deal, but at the same time, like, it is really difficult to push the Dire's high ground. So anytime you get the chance to, it's like
Dire's middle tower is under
it's still a
attack.
big deal for that. Warlock 25, Magic Community. He's got the Axe. I'm excited. And there's an Arcane Rune top as well. Which they might leave for the... Okay, they just let the Storm take it instead. Fair enough. Sounds good to me.
It's a goofy game, but you know, CIS, fun region.
Why not?
Mongrada with BKB TP in the bottom lane.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Mjolnir queued up from the M Spirit. Fairly sure he's got more than
Dire's
enough gold for this
bottom
right now,
shrine
but maybe he's
has
looking for
fallen.
something else. Nope, he's buying up now. Go back to Grace base, grab that. Grab the hype, grab that. There we go. There we got it. Good job, GPK.
Yeah,
That was,
he can always just...
a bit harder than it needed to be, but we got there.
Yeah, he's going to turn the Aghanims into the Blessing and then build... I mean, he could build like a Hex or something if he wants more lockdown for the Storm. We'll have
So
to
which
see.
one's a blessing, which one's a synth, and which one's a consumable? That's
The
my
Blessing
question.
is the consumable.
But is the consumable the blessing? I think
Bless you.
Aghanim's blessing is the one which Roche drops, right? And then the synth, the consumable is one you build, and the synth is the one
Silent?
which oh! Alright, he dies once. Might be able to get himself out here. No, just pops a BKB, turns around onto Jani right now. There's Duel coming out onto
healing
the
ward's out,
Doom.
though.
Not too sure about that one, but they will get the A blast onto it. But with the Golems to the backline, they're going to be able to rip through Non-Grata. Does have buyback with the A dead as well. It's going to be a tricky fight, but the buyback's coming through thick and fast. Last hero trying to fight up on the front lines right now. Doom, he's going to be in some trouble as he gets brought down as well. Kuman gets a kill, so they're going to have to buy back right now on the Doom. But Jani, he's in trouble. He needs to get himself out. He's spinning himself away. How far can he get out of this one though, Fishman? He's saying, attack me instead. Please, I'm in the middle of your team. But no, they target down the Juggernaut. They get the kill onto Shani. It's a turnaround for Winstrike, and one they've been waiting a long time for. They'll bring down Fishman, but the Golems are just going for... Where's he going? Attack, push, there we go. All right, they get themselves a tower at the very least, but still, it's not
Lil's
much.
like,
Look at Lil.
"Please, get him.
Pew, pew, pew. Is it just trying to
Have you
kill
seen the,
itself to the fountain? No?
Have you seen the Storm's item build, by the way? This is the reason why they'll be able to pick off people one by one.
Yeah, and another fire, the Doom build. Another
You
fire
think
and
you've got a
Bloodthorn.
Doom?
Yeah.
He says, we've got to do.
A
Yeah,
little-
he is building Hex next on the Ember. I like that a lot. It's really important that you just build Lockdown now for this Storm, because at the moment, they can't deal with him at all. Like, Storm has
They
BKB
can't
Lincoln.
even.
They can't even. Yeah, I can't even.
This storm, like I cannot even, you guys. Like this storm is just oh my god.
Dire are scanning.
Bounty runes spawning. And
Yeah,
that's a little bit careful here.
She doesn't have buyback, don't forget. There we go. Oh no, they jump on
Okay,
her. The
well.
Doom is out. The Nullifier as well. Everything just being dumped upon the Legion right now. Non-Grinder is dead. 125 seconds. No buyback. This could be a real opportunity for Vega Squadron if they want to try and take advantage of. They have
Mid,
buyback on their Warlock. They need to come and defend this one. They will certainly do so as GPK playing around. And they'll get a lot of damage up on this tower right now, but not enough to bring it down. Therefore, shrines will not be opened up. And they realize how carefully they need to be playing right now as they have to wait 100 seconds until this Legion Commander is back in the game. They're going to have the Golem in 53 seconds. They've got an opportunity right now to take another Rex.
Oh. Lil finds a gem just outside his base. That was nice.
Oh, cool.
Net worth swing.
So many value items on Lil as well. Like just, oh yeah, Ghost Scepter, Buckler. Went for the 300 Crystal Nova damage at 25. Do we have any other interesting 25s going on right now? Fishman AoE, Magic Community for Celtic Offering Golems.
Storm, what's he going to find? Here we go. He took the Arcane Ring without putting it in his bottle.
I hate when Shadow Demon gets this
Okay.
stage as well, and he just got like 2 uses of Disruption and 3 uses of Demonic Purge.
Yeah,
What
it's
the
pretty
hell is
crazy.
going on?
Just
GPK
lots of
will
shadow
get
poison. Makes me
Remnant.
sick.
Johnny 600 health. 3% Infernal Blade damage. Oh, I didn't go for the 75% cleave. Weird.
Why has he not gone for cleave on Doom? You can. Yes, it's crazy. Well,
They're in deep. They got stuns down. Then comes a Golem as well to just lock them down for such a long time. Lil brought down immediate buyback from him, but it looked like the silence going to drop for the first time. Coming back to life. They're going to have to wait 29 seconds until the LC is up, and
Silent in the
110
upheaval.
until the AA is coming back into this one. He can't move. Wraith King, he's rooted still. He's trying to run away, but the Golem's just punching him down. He has got a buyback to come into this fight one last time as down goes Fishman, but it just summons another Golem. It's kind of good for them right now. They've managed to get the disruption up onto Lil. He's dying for a second time. 9 seconds until Legion Commander is back. Could they not have waited? But they end up losing pretty much everybody. They're just going to have to try and defend with only their cores. How important are these supports? Can they still take a fight? Kuman trying to go for the cheeky one, but the
Jug can't
disruption comes
TP
out
in.
to keep him alive. Jug, he can't. Meanwhile, Shadow Demon, he is brought down. They get themselves a dual kill, and it's going to be have to Vega backing themselves away. What happened to the Juggernaut? Where is his boots of travel?
The Jug TP back in and then tried to TP back to base with his TP scroll. Tried to TP onto the Doom, but the SD disrupted him because he got gone on. So the Jug TP got cancelled. What a disaster.
What a unfortunate series of events. Vega Squadron were in a position where they really could have taken this game. And by one small mistake, the opportunity is now gone. Gem's still on the floor, by the way. Still hanging out.
I wouldn't even know if I would call it a mistake though, because they're just trying to, keep people alive and whatnot. The Doom did survive, so that's the most important thing. Like, he doesn't have buyback, so
How many blades am I holding up?
they did take the mid set of racks though, so that's a big deal. The fact they got non-grata in the top at the top room before allowed them to do that. It's a big deal.
Where's the party?
Anyway, yeah, we'll throw it back to buyback status.
For me? Here I am.
What's about KDA? Anything crazy? 13-4 on both the GPK and Johnny. Kuman at 12-4.
I love that we've had 2 long games as well.
Yeah, it's we're getting lucky over on this channel, aren't we? BTS 2 is the place to be.
So, we get to this point again now, where Doom with the Infernal Blade damage, like, we talked about it as a talent, Cleave being bad, but this game as well, the Infernal Blade's like so meh, right? Like, it's okay against the Wraith King, but like, you're never gonna hit a Storm with it, right? Like,
Right.
it's pretty pointless. It's okay against LC. I don't know, man. What else do we have? We've got, the AoE press the attack's been coming out, but I don't know, it feels like we haven't really felt it so far. Shani going for that nullified X as well. I imagine it will replace the diffusal blade. But yeah, we'll have to see. Do you remember the days when diffusal blade could get upgraded to level 2, by the way? Those were the times. Rip diffusal blade level 2. Never happened. Golems get
coming
dropped.
down onto No Fear right now. They want to grab this ancient apparition, and you hope with the amount of commitment they've given they will, but he's just sitting here in it. Finally runs out, and they'll grab the kill onto the ancient apparition.
I hate getting to the late game on Wraith King. You just want about 6 more items that you can have in your inventory slots. Look at these golems. They're going. Get the tower.
The push, it's coming. What? Oh, there's a magic community.
They got it.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if you have the armor instead of magic immunity there. Mind you, I guess
Who
the
got the
just
axe?
got stunned and frostbitten, so. No, Doom did not get the axe. Warlock has his own. Juggernaut doesn't have it either. Ember
They give
Spirit.
Ember the axe.
No
Or did-
way.
no, I'm
That's
sure
his own. He bought it.
No, yeah, Doom took the axe. Okay.
Oh, he did take it. What the business?
I still feel like you give it to Warlock just so he can sell his own.
What? He's got a refresher shard, dude. He's happy.
Yeah, that's true. But like, if he sold his axe, he'd have a refresher orb as well.
True. The triple
And then you just
golem
have
dream.
like 6 golems. And then what do you do?
Going in deep here, trying to fight up onto the Wraith King. Shani, he's going to be able to take him down for the first time here, maybe, although he actually backs himself away. Doesn't want to dive too deep for this one. With that AoE, press the attack, they can get rid of these fatal bombs. That's actually kind of huge.
It's just Shadow Demon Juggernaut as well, right? Like, they can just slow siege if they want to. There's no reason to rush.
Someone else joining 25 level champions. I don't know. We've just got No Fear still remaining.
Oh,
Indeed,
good
they try and get the duel, but the disruption comes in. Non-Grata cancelled out. They still get the kill on Tijani. Still don't get the duel victory, but who really cares about that? But the back post, they're going on the Storm Spirit right now, and they'll be able to take him down. Storm is out of this one. Meanwhile, Doom, he's got to be careful. He's running himself down, running out of health right now. That Lotus Orb which got him there. Meanwhile, they have to back themselves up. They're trying to play defensively. I say that, they just jump straight back in again. They're going deep. They get the kills onto the Juggernaut right now, and now they're looking towards the Ember Spirit as well. He's also going to drop 2 cores dead, but the racks are so low. The racks on 190 HP. The golems were just doing it by themselves. Goodness gracious me. They do defend, but it is so close to like mega creeps. Man,
Yeah,
Winstrike, they need to get some buybacks right now.
Yeah, Storm has no buyback, so they need to force something here on Winstrike. You need to get at least one of the buybacks on the cores on this Vega side, because if you don't, they're just going to run at you again. You know, do everything they can to bring down the Storm. And if they do, the game's going to be over. It's only 50 seconds until the Ember and Jill are both back up.
Yeah, they need to make it happen now. They have the push potential though.
The question is, which one of them is going to buy back?
I think the Ember.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think they might both have to buy back here.
Yeah,
this
they press the attack. They're just ripping through these barracks right now. They're going to go to the bottom lane as well. They want to try and take every melee barrack in this fight, but it's a tier 2 up at top, so really they got to go for the win if they want to force the buybacks right now. 20 seconds left on the Ember Spirit. They should be able to just take these barracks and get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, the buybacks are more important than the racks at this
Then
point.
2
If
backs,
you've got
yeah,
tier 2
absolutely.
top still. Like,
As long as you got megas.
yeah, as long as you don't get mega, then I think they're fine here.
Warlock, he's got the refresher orb.
He used the shard though in the last fight because he didn't have his ult up already, so he just dropped it so he could use one set of golems. But yeah, like you say, he's now got 2 available. Could be the difference. Talk about that BKB penetrating disable against the Storm with no buyback, by the way. Scary stuff.
It is a delicate situation for Winstrike right now. 30 seconds till Silent's going to have his back up again, and he's got more than enough gold to ensure that he has it. Could we consider Rapier right now? Or maybe sell. Well, what do you? I mean, I guess you got to sell the boots. No, you can't sell boots on Wraith King. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
They know he's here, but he was actually posing as an illusion, it looked like, so he's absolutely fine.
They're just trying to hang around their high ground here on Winstrike, like get whatever advantage they can. Bounty Room's about to spawn as well. They might look to go for them, but I'm surprised Vega aren't trying to make a play on the Bounty Rooms. That's where they found the Legion top before.
It looks like both teams fairly content just to chill out a little bit. Vega spooked after their last deaths, but I feel like they should be trying to just push for this final Rax here. All you need to do is cause enough distraction to Warlocks both his golems just to bring down the barracks, but they can't defend against the golems and fight you at the same time. They have to make a decision. With the buybacks, you can make that commitment. It's fine. 30 bloodstone charges, by the way.
Yeah. I was going to say, this storm has a lot of mana regen, especially because of the Crystal Maiden.
Interesting that the talent doesn't show on their buffs, does it?
No, yeah, it's... Wait, which talent?
Maiden's talent, or is that just for her?
It's
Mana
for everybody. Yeah, but
cost just mana loss reduction, or
yeah, it doesn't update the Arcane Aura.
yeah, that's kind of dumb. There's literally nowhere to see it, is there?
364 gold for killing an Observer Ward, by the way.
Wow.
Silent.
Silent. Out of position once again. He does have buyback, but they don't want to lose him in this position, but they're not going to get a choice. There's no way he's making it back to base like this right now. The BKBs have been popped by the members of Vega as he's stuck inside this race one. He's like, well, hey everyone, I'm dead. Buys back. I was worried that he'd actually bought the Agnums with his buyback goal.
Oh, the storm didn't kill the whole creep wave. The catapults are here.
Costly, the catapults at a very fortunate timing, and down go the golems. They'll just focus down the racks right now. Look at them! There's so many golems just focusing on the buildings right now. They can't do anything about it. Silent dying for a second time. He doesn't have the reincarnation. He is going to drop. In goes the Storm Spirit trying to make it happen. There's just a horde. What the fuck is going on? There's so many golems. They bring down two. Legion Commander dead without buyback. Storm Spirit did manage to fight through it all, but how are you going to defend? You got to get rid of this army which is crawling up onto your high ground right now. I think this might be it. What can they do? They're trying to fight it out right now. Lil throws down a Crystal Nova, but Vega Squadron with the army of golems, flaming death raining upon the dire base right now. They're trying to defend. They're trying to do anything, but there's nothing left. There's nothing left in the tank. Kuman trying to play around right now. They're just trying to get kills on the back lines, but it's your front lines which have fallen. Your ancient witch has fallen. Winstrike will lose, and Vega Squadron take the victory. All they need to do is run up onto that high ground and start smashing away at those buildings, and it was an easy strategy. Silent, quite a few misplays in this game. It's got to be said. I got to call him out, unfortunately. Silent, you cannot be caught out of position that many times in a row. You might have buyback, but your team need that for the fights.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, isn't it? But again, Longrata got caught in the top bounty room before as well. I don't think it was just Silent. Yeah, No Fear got caught out a few times. I think Vega played really well.
They did. Yeah, I was excited to watch them play. This team which is full of newbies and have been wrecking the veterans and which are hanging around in the CIS area. And they proved this game why they've been managing to pull that off. Very nicely done.
Can we talk about Leo's items as well, by the way?
Yeah, it's a strangely strange change up in his build, which we didn't really notice there. The MKB and Chrysalis.
Do you know why we didn't notice it? Because we didn't see it do anything.
Yeah, that is
exactly
true. When did he?
why.
Was that like a last ditch thing?
Yeah, I mean, he bought MKB Chrysalis towards the end of the game.
I don't know.
Like
it was like 1 hour in, and the game ended at 1 hour and 7 minutes.
Yeah, but even so, like with the attack speed talent, you're like, yes, I'm gonna right click, but it doesn't do anything, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, well played to Vega. They're now 5-0. Who are their last two games they've got to play? I know they've got to play Gambit last.
Well, yeah, the raid boss at the end.
They need to play Spirit as well. So
Okay. Well,
still some big
Spirit
games to look
should be
forward to.
scary, but judging by how they played earlier, I wouldn't be too worried about Spirit if I were them. They're looking much better, Vega Squadron. So Yeah, not something I thought I'd be saying coming into these close qualifiers, but hey, I love surprises. And I love that game. It was a 1 hour, 7-minute long game. Vega Squadron 2 take the victory. The power of the late game Warlock really did come in to shine and shut down Winstrike and secure Vega another victory, leading on their streak. Not losing any of these best of one so far. Congratulations to them. Meanwhile, Winstrike are now 3-2 in their overall score, so they've got a bit of climbing to do if they don't want to be in these tiebreakers. They want to have a nice, safe journey into the playoffs. We'll see how they do as we continue to monitor their journey and the rest of the CIS games. Alrighty then, we're going to throw it over to a quick break. Then we'll be back with the next game, which is going to be...
Do you know?
I do. It's Gambit versus Fly to Moon.
Yes. I mean, I don't know if Fly to Moon... Spoilers, by the way, so close your ears if you don't want to know. Fly to Moon lost to Na'Vi, so they're now 0-5, which means they're definitely out.
It's hot garbage. Okay, so they got nothing to play for anymore. They're men without hope. Oh, God.
But that means the pressure might be off them. They might just do loads of dumb shit that could end up working.
True. So potentially dumb shit coming up after the break. My name is Nomad. He's been Mofarah, and we're going to see you very shortly for the next best of one as we get through these CIS qualifiers for the International 9, this very small indie tournament. We'll